I just got some things I want to read. I don't know how protocol is around here, but I'm sure you'll tell me.
Well, it doesn't start with that.
Yo, hey, come here.
Well, I'm unemployed. I lost my job like a few weeks ago.
Okay, go ahead with your,
Go ahead. I know.
Go ahead with your reading, please.
Doing maintenance that wasn't completed. He never contacted me when I was in the house.
Sir, I'm going to stop you.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to
just being-
stop you. That means stop talking.
Yes, Terrence.
Now you may leave, and you will leave in an orderly fashion. Go.
Yes, Judge. I'm.
Go.
This defendant walked into court acting like he's living in a completely different reality, and the whole hearing makes that painfully obvious. He's trying to convince the judge that mysterious animals are crawling around inside his rental unit, even though the landlord and inspectors already checked the property and found absolutely nothing. The way he describes it, you'd think he was starring in a paranormal documentary instead of standing in a courtroom. Meanwhile, the bigger issue is sitting right in front of everyone. He hasn't been paying rent, and he refuses to let anyone inside the property to investigate the problem he's claiming exists. That's the part that really hurts his argument. If you're saying there's something wrong with the unit, the first thing the court expects is cooperation with inspections. Refusing entry while also blaming the landlord just makes the claim fall apart. What makes the hearing so wild is that he genuinely seems convinced the judge will side with him anyway. But courts run on evidence, not theories, and once the judge starts breaking down the facts, the gap between what he believes and what he can actually prove becomes impossible to ignore. Make sure you watch all the way to the end, because the moment the judge finally shuts this down is honestly perfect. Do you think this guy is actually delusional, or do you think there's any chance the landlord missed something? Let me know what you think.
Good afternoon, Judge. David Morris on behalf of Plaintiff Pleasant Lake Park, LLC.
Your name, sir?
Christopher Genoviak. I just got some things I want to read. I don't know how protocol is around here, but I'm sure you'll tell me.
Well, it doesn't start with that.
Let's start with this.
No, it doesn't.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It does not start that way.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks for your time.
Judge, this is our second hearing on a non-payment of rent matter. Current rent to retain possession is $495 with fees of $75, costs of $110 for a total amount of $680. We have had some discussions, but no payments have been made, and parties were unsuccessful in finding settlement. I should note, Your Honor, that it appears an answer was filed with the court, but I did not receive a copy.
We'll get you a copy.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, sir, what did you want to tell me?
Okay. They're not doing maintenance to force a default. I've spoken with an attorney, like one of those free attorneys that you call them, the number they give you on the form. I called one of them. They're like, yeah, you have like a brilliant retaliatory defense. I guess he's trying to do default and to quit. I guess I got the notice.
You what?
I'll just read what I have. I'll read what I have.
Well, let's not.
I don't want to jump the gun here, but I did. This kind of makes more sense. They're not doing maintenance to force the default. They did not board up holes, but they set traps and they put poison outside the unit. Like when they should have just boarded up the holes. This creature, it's like a rodent. It's like nesting underneath my bedroom, like my bedroom floor. The skirting was never fully pulled back when he promised me that. We both saw this creature and he set traps that were too small. And then he put poison outside the unit. He never pulled the skirting back to put poison on its nest. There are multiple entries around this unit. Let me continue. I'm really sorry for wasting your time. We really shouldn't be here.
Ma'am,
So the skirting.
sir, you're not wasting my time. I'm getting paid.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, sorry. Well, I'm unemployed. I lost my job like a few weeks ago.
Okay, go ahead with your. Go ahead.
I know.
Go ahead with your reading, please.
So the traps are too small. Mr. Weasel, that's the name. That's the person I'm trying to evict me right now. Is Mr. Weasel. Mr. Weasel and I both saw this rodent or creature, not at the same time, but it entered out of the lake. My rental unit is up against a small wooded line about 15 to 20 yards, and then there's a massive lake. So we both seen this creature. It is fat, it is large, it's like a gopher, it's like a beaver rodent creature. So there's 10 points. There's 10 points almost done. I was trying to do walkarounds. Mr. Weasel usually just sends his maintenance dude just to do the maintenance. And this maintenance gentleman is a kind man. He also lives in the park. And this gentleman also works for Mr. Weasel at the landscaping company. And let me point, for Mr. Weasel to send out this maintenance dude, he has to pay him double time. So he's a maintenance man is an employee twice for Mr. Weasel. We did schedule one walk around, but I was late returning from cleaning up a church festival. I spent 9 hours at a church festival on Monday morning. I was cleaning. We had
So if they get rid of this
and I wanted to
animal, then
Yes, sir.
We're,
Yes, Judge. Yes,
we're
sir.
all good.
We're all good. And let me just wait. I have a couple more points. I know this is really going into banana
Do you
town.
know anything about the animal?
I did set up a trail cam.
Okay.
Okay,
Sir.
but I don't want to use that. I just need to finish my points. So he never contacted me. He was on the property twice doing maintenance that wasn't completed. He never contacted me when I was in the house.
Sir, I'm going to stop you.
I know. I'm sorry. This is
No, I'm going
I'm
to
just being-
stop you. That means stop talking. Yes, sir.
There's definitely a point in hearings like this where it stops looking like a normal dispute and starts looking like someone is just stuck in their own narrative. From the way you're describing it, the judge is doing exactly what judges are trained to do. Stay patient, ask for specific facts, and keep bringing the conversation back to evidence. Courts run on verifiable things: inspection reports, photos, maintenance requests, payment records, not personal theories about what might be happening. That's why the judge keeps asking direct questions. When someone answers those questions with stories instead of facts, it creates that awkward loop you're talking about. The court isn't really debating the story, it's waiting for something provable. And the big issue here is the contradiction. He claims something is wrong with the unit inspectors, and the landlords say nothing was found. He won't allow further inspection from a legal standpoint. That's a huge problem for his case. If a tenant claims a habitability issue but blocks access for repairs or inspection, the court usually views that as undermining the claim. You're also right about the judge's patience. In courtrooms, especially in housing or small claims cases, judges deal with people who are stressed, confused about the law, emotionally invested, sometimes genuinely mistaken, so they often give people multiple chances to clarify themselves before shutting things down. That patience can look almost unbelievable when someone keeps repeating the same story. The moment that usually ends these hearings is when the judge realizes there's no new information coming, just the same claim repeated without evidence. At that point, the judge will typically move to a ruling or warn the person to stick to facts. Honestly, hearings like this are a good example of something many people don't realize. Court isn't about who talks the most or who feels the most confident. It's about who can prove their claims. If you want, you can also send the next part of the script, and I can help you tighten it up so it flows better for a YouTube narration style.
Counsel, do you know anything about this animal?
We know of the idea of the animal.
Okay, I have no idea what that means.
We've heard of the issue, but my client has not set eyes on any animal. The animal at one time maybe was a mouse, and then a rat, and a cat, and then a beaver, and a badger. And so my client knows nothing about any real animal. Traps were set, the skirt was tightened on the manufactured home. He has been out, or his management has been out on multiple occasions and has responded to all legitimate requests. The defendant.
Sir, you need to turn around and face the front and not wander.
I understand the defendant. Set up trail cams. We've received no footage. We've received no recording. We've received no audio file. No video. The defendant claimed over the phone that there's hours of critter noise every night. There are neighbors to the defendant.
Let me just stop you for a moment. Might it behoove your client to just
Board up the holes that are super obvious. I'm sorry.
I don't know at what point I said I needed help with my set.
No, I'm sorry. It's just,
Then you need to sit down and be quiet. Be quiet then if you can't sit.
let's get it. Yes. We're cool. Yeah, stand still. I know. I just gotta keep moving. I gotta keep moving. Sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
But might it behoove your client to just hire a company to come out and look and make a determination based upon evidence that they see as to whether or not this creature exists or not? Because quite frankly, if there's a company that goes out and they tell me, yes, there's an animal, then they can tell you how to eradicate it. If they say there's not an animal, we're going to be at a point that there's not an animal. And apparently not one that grows from a mouse to a beaver in no time at all. I've never heard of one in Michigan, but we'll see. All right. So how long, do you think your client would be interested in doing that, counsel?
Yes, Judge. I think my client would be happy to get an extermination company to come and write a report.
Yeah. How long do you think it would take to do that? Because I can put this over to the 7th or 14th. What would you? And I'm going to order escrow. So,
Thank you, Judge. I think the 14th would be
a better thing.
better.
What does that mean? What does order escrow?
So I'll explain that in a moment.
Sure.
How much is monthly rent?
Monthly rent is $12.50, Your Honor.
But portion of it is paid.
Correct. There was
What's his portion? Do you have Section 8 or something like that, sir?
Just SSDI.
So you pay your full rent?
Yeah, I got, I'm not employed now because of the noises underneath my bed every night for 3.5 months.
All right, I'm going to order escrow in the amount of $1,250. That is to be paid within 7 days of the date that it's ordinarily due.
I have,
You have to, and what I mean by escrow, sir, is you need to bring escrow to the court, that's funds, pay them to the court until this is resolved. When you bring it to the court to pay, the $1,200 must be in cash. We do not take checks or other forms. So, understood?
not understood. I have additional comments.
This whole situation really shows how many people walk into court doing everything except taking responsibility. You don't even need every detail of the case to recognize the pattern here. It's the same thing over and over again, blaming everyone else, making excuses, and creating some wild story instead of dealing with the actual issue. If you've watched enough hearings, you already know judges see this kind of behavior constantly, and it almost never ends well. You can literally see the disconnect here between what the court is asking and what this guy keeps talking about. The judge is asking for facts, and he's stuck repeating his own narrative. What honestly surprises me the most is how calm judges manage to stay in situations like this. Most people would have lost their patience 10 minutes ago, but the judge just keeps bringing it back to the same simple question. And at some point it becomes obvious what's really happening. Instead of just saying, "Yeah, I messed up and I can't pay rent," he keeps stretching the story further and further, trying to avoid admitting it. But alright, that's enough talking for me. Let's jump back in and see whether he finally drops the act, or doubles down again.
Then I'm not sure if he just wants to like convict me in the future again. But the bathroom floor is sinking by like 1.5 inches. Like there's like a hole in the bathroom floor sinking. There's like, I've already made this maintenance request. It actually, so there's an animal, I found this out about 2 nights ago because I had missing food. There's an animal entering my living room through the vent. This is a trailer from the 80s. So like this past week I've had like, and I know exactly which vent it is. I've complained about that. So like there's now an animal entering my bed that I found out 2 days ago, and because it's been eating my leftover food. And it's going into my living room. This is a super old trailer, like massive. There's holes all around. He's already boarded up 10 feet on the main stairs. He's boarded up 20 feet on the south side, and I'm asking for like 8 to more 10 feet.
What is your next point?
So my next point is this trailer. I want to. So here's my official request. Judge, I want a state inspector. I want something from the state.
Then if you want a state inspector, you can call them and have it inspected.
Yeah, okay, super. And then I'll find out about this private inspector. Is that what I should be expecting? Because I want a state inspector.
I'm not going to tell you to expect anything.
Okay,
Say
right.
you want inspecting.
I want an inspector. I want a
Find out
state-
whether or not somebody's going to inspect it. What's your next point?
My next point is the bathroom floor sinking. I think this unit should be condemned. It should be pulled off the property.
We all have our thoughts and our process. I don't know.
I'm going through that process right now. I'm just
Okay,
with
wonderful.
three thumbs. So, but this unit needs.
Is there another point?
That was Judge. I appreciate your
Is
time.
that it?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Check the bathroom floor, please, counsel.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Thank you for your service.
Chris, we'll be in touch about give you some notice before we.
Hey, come here. You walk out of here with respect. Whether you like me or not, I don't care. You will not treat this courtroom that way. Am I understood? Now you may leave, and you will leave in an orderly fashion. Go.
Yes, Judge. I'm.
Go. Was that the end of that block? Thank God. All right, court can stand in recess. We'll be back unless somebody wants to go right now.
This is the classic case of someone trying to move the spotlight away from their own choices and onto anything dramatic enough to distract from the truth. And honestly, the justice system deals with this a lot more than people realize. It's not always big criminal cases or shocking charges. Sometimes it's just situations like this, people refusing to take basic responsibility for their actions. What always gets me is how much easier these hearings could be if people were just honest from the start. A lot of these situations drag out simply because someone refuses to admit the obvious. And it really makes you wonder, how many of these cases come from genuine panic, and how many come from pure entitlement? Do you guys think people in situations like this are actually scared, or do some of them genuinely believe their own excuses? Either way, it's always interesting to watch how judges work through all the noise to reach a fair decision. That's one of the reasons I like Judge Simpson. He stays patient and fair, but the moment someone crosses the line or starts showing disrespect, you can see he's not going to tolerate it. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more courtroom moments just like this. I really appreciate all of you. Take care, everyone.